So let's move on to August, which for whatever reason is our most jam-packed month on this list.
Yeah.
I don't know how the hell that happened. But let's start with Pikmin 3 or Pikmin 3, whatever.
Whatever. Pikmin 3 is a fantastic game. I think it's really, really short compared to like any other game I've played. But they do have those missions that are really cool and add a lot of replay value to it. And even the story mode itself, because it's so short, I replayed through it 3 different times, beating it at like 7 hours and like completing the whole game, like 100%.
It's Luigi's Mansion of Wii U.
Yeah, basically.
I never, if a game really engrosses me, I never felt cheated if it was too short. Cause like,
I don't care at all about. Like,
I would just play it again if I liked it that much, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah. So do you think it's the franchise maker they wanted it to be, or is it going to be something where, you know, maybe we'll get another one in like 5 years or something?
I think maybe we'll get another one in like 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, this one was the maybe we'll get another one in 5 years.
Yeah.
After Pikmin 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, do you think it's going to be one of the Nintendo franchises they just don't use, like
Star Fox?
F-Zero, or what Star Fox is starting to be, or do you think it's going to be something that they start to make more of?
I think it has the potential to be something to make more of.
I think because Miyamoto is so personally involved in it, they will want to milk it as much.
Mm-hmm.
They want to have it as like here's like Nintendo's top dog's baby boy. They don't want to just like here's new and put a little new sticker on Pikmin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I'm worried. Like, Pikmin 3 was a game that has been like on the like so many people have wanted it for so long, and then they fucking release it on the Wii U. So that might be a problem for the series. I think. I haven't played it, so like obviously I'm not discrediting it or the Wii U, but the Wii U, as everybody knows, is not doing so well, and I don't know how well this game did, being a Wii U exclusive.
Just by way of being on the Wii U, it did not do well.
Yep.
Yeah, I can tell you that now.
So that has me worried for its future, but I'm sure they'll make more. Eventually, Pikmin 3 DS.
I'm sure we'll see at least one more in the future. And if that game fucking tanks, then we won't see any more.
They have been doing DLC with
Go the way
Pikmin
of the
3.
Falcon.
Yeah, the DLC I haven't downloaded any, but just by updating it, you get a free piece of DLC.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
So, that's cool. And I've only played one of the stages because I put Pikmin 3 away a long time ago.
Well, you put it away?
No, you know, I just... It's out of the system, it's out of my mind.
Oh, okay. That's like you put it in a trunk in the closet or something.
No.
Well, goodbye, Pikmin 3.
No, but you know what I mean. I'm just... I'm done with it for right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll pick it back up in the future, because it was fantastic. One of the things I noticed in the game, and Don noticed it too, was...
There's like a severe slowdown after you like get juice from like the fruit that you collect.
Yeah.
I believe it's because like the juice is like made up of like too many particles for the Wii U to handle, because it's just like 2 Wii's taped together, which is like 4 GameCubes duct taped together.
Which is 2.5 Super Nintendos. 14 boys. Anyway.
Okay. But yeah. I play that game with my friend. Like, the main game isn't, like, full-on co-op. But I did play a bit of the single player, but most of what I did was, like, the co-op sort of challenge maps. And we would just, like, try to beat our high score and, like, compare it to whoever else in the world and try to get gold and stuff like that. But we also played that one sort of head-to-head mode where, like, it's sort of like a capture the flag type thing, but with like a bingo sheet of the fruits and stuff, and like it's totally random, and like there's also like sort of Mario Kart-esque items, I guess, when you get cherries and shit. and you could just like totally dick over the other person. Like you could just like fucking kill their entire horde of
Flock of
Pikmin.
Pikmin.
Yeah, if you get him right. And it's just a ton of fun. Like you're just trying to go up against someone else, trying to get like 4 in a row. I think, I don't know. It's been a while, but you're trying to line up.
Yeah, I'm trying to get bingo.
Yeah, you're trying to get bingo.
We've all played bingo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, if you take it, then the other person can't take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
only one of that on the map, or maybe like 2, but yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty
bingo.
much it.
Bingo. Yeah, sounds
It's real fun.
fun.
All right.
I'd like to play sometime.
Yeah, too bad it's not online.
Yeah.
Harsh,
Yeah.
but true. So,
Yeah.
Dragon's Crown?
Dragon's Crown. I played
Yeah,
this
that's a
game.
game.
Nice.
Matt, this is another one of the games that Matt has, but hasn't really played.
I don't have it. I borrowed it. I only
He
played it for
didn't
a
really
little.
play it.
I played it for a little bit. Thank you. Shut up.
Excuse me.
I felt obligated when I borrowed it. In fact, I don't even own The Last of Us. I borrowed that from a friend too. So suck it.
So violent.
I love beat 'em ups, and Dragon's Crown is a new beat 'em up, and that's awesome. And it has a really cool art style, and it's kind of deep, which is nice.
Yeah.
And it's all the characters are played like are super unique, like from each other. Like it gives you a reason to play as each different character, test them out, because everybody's gonna like a different one. And it's a really well put together beat 'em up.
You should buy it to support the genre.
I should, because it's a dying genre.
Yep.
But do you feel that
The
it
sorcerer's.
sets back the rights of women in video games by many years?
Yeah. I was about to ask if that was the one with the giant
No,
boobs.
no, because it's so fucking sad.
Do you feel that by playing it you promote misogyny?
No.
No, I
Think
don't.
about the
Because
game artwork is super exaggerated. Like,
yeah, it's
No.
so exaggerated and over the top. Like,
No,
I
but
don't
he
understand
promotes
why
it
people-
elsewhere just to make up for it.
I don't. People just like to get pissed off about everything, and I don't.
yeah,
think it
there's
goes-
there's a difference between sexy and sexist, and it's a subtle difference. But the voice actress for both the sorceress from Dragon's Crown and I think she was
the Amazon? Or the
no, she was somebody from Skullgirls. I want to say Parasol or Saravella maybe. But yeah, the voice actress was defending both of those games as being like empowering to women. And I'm not saying because one woman said it must be true. I'm just saying that there's something to be said for like just because the character has huge boobs doesn't that doesn't make them that's not like they're trying to make a statement like all women are only their boobs. That is how we measure them all. I think that whole thing was very overblown, and like you guys said, it's a very exaggerated art style. That like all the male characters are super buff. Yeah, they're not naked, so
the dwarf is
that's one
practically
point.
naked.
That's one point I'll concede to. But it's like I don't know, man. It just
What do the ladies think?
yeah. Let's hear it.
You know, I'm not a huge fan of the sorceress. I'll give it that, and she was a big problem for like a lot of people. But
Sorceress
you
is
know-
my favorite character to play as.
but that was she was the one who sparked like the whole internet debate about this game. So, but I don't know. I haven't paid much attention to it. I got to be honest with you.
Because it
but-
disappeared as soon as it started.
Yeah, it happened and then it was done like a day later. Nobody cares about it anymore. I still care about it. And I think, I mean the internet debate, not the game. But
Oh yeah, good. I'd rather that shit fucking get out of here.
but I do acknowledge that she's supposed to be like that. She's supposed to be like this ridiculously sexualized and exaggerated character. So I don't know. It normally, like under different circumstances, it would bother me, but it doesn't bother me for this game. So whatever. I'm indifferent.
All right.
My favorite character to play as is the elf, and she's petite as hell.
I really like the elf's design. I have not played this game myself, so I know nothing about it, but I really did like her design.
Yeah.
I think all the character designs are pretty awesome. The art style is the main thing that sells it. It's such a cool... I love games that they're basically sprite-based, but they so disguise, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like like Rayman Legends does the same kind of thing. I don't even know if those are sprites, to be honest with you, but like, it's so...
I think they're animation cells.
The animation, particularly in Dragon's Crown, because that's what we're talking about, is so nice. The characters just walking looks great.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is that
I don't know.
because of or in spite of the giant floppy knockers?
All of the walking
I
animations.
I was gonna
are
let that
awesome.
go.
Okay.
I don't think that it really has anything to do with that. I think that the animation is just good, you know. Like the
I know,
characters-
yeah. It's like hand drawn, all of it.
Yeah, the
Like
characters,
crisp art.
the male characters and the petite female characters still look great, you know.
Do you feel like the art director of the game was justified in insinuating that one of the game journalists was a homosexual by posting pictures of 3 burly dwarves when he questioned the integrity of the game's people characters?
No, I don't.
Who cares? All right. George
You're
Kamitani,
fine,
I believe his name. He's a fucking badass. Who cares?
Why would you want to dispute like somebody's sexuality anyway? What the fuck does it matter?
Because people are idiots. That's
Yeah,
why.
that's
Exactly.
That's pretty dumb.
Because the
Going back to the sorceress real quick, I can see why she would bother some people, but ultimately, I don't know. I guess I'm just indifferent. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it, so, but I can see why it would be a problem and why it sparked such a huge debate. But again, you know, like you guys pointed out, some of the guys are exaggerated as well. So
But I think that's
I'm not-
besides the point. Like, the game is fun. The combat's deep. This is a great beat 'em up. The story is pretty interesting, and like, yeah, the art style to me is just like appealing. Like overall, it's just like it looks nice. I love Vanillaware's work. Odin Sphere, Muramasa, they both look great. I'm sure. Oh yeah, also they did Grimoire or whatever
Yeah.
for the
That was
PS2.
just like a Disgaea knockoff, wasn't it?
yeah, it did look like it.
It wasn't like a turn-based strategy. Like it was it's like a side-scrolling RTS kind of. Not really RTS. I think it would pause. I don't know, but it was side-scrolling strategy-ish maybe.
What sort of game is Tales of Xillia?
Tails game.
Tales of Xillia?
I haven't played any Tales games.
I
I played Tales of Adventure for Game Gear, but that's a different kind of Tales game.
Tales of Xillia is the next game on the list, so talk about it, Don.
Alright. I got this game because I know Amanda's really into the series, and she came and visited me in August, and so we played it together for about as much as we could in about a week. Among the like other stuff that we did, like going out and stuff, and we didn't get very far, but it was still enjoyable. It's kind of not designed to be a multiplayer game. Like it's sort of like what Phil was talking about with BioShock. Like, it felt like since it was a Tales game, it had to have multiplayer. But like, in the mechanics of Tales of Xillia, they were sort of geared towards single player, like linking up with another character or something like that. You know, like single player would be able to do that, and like the AI would like swoop around the monster and stuff like that, and you would.
Yeah, because it's like real time, sort of, right?
Yeah, I want to say it's an action RPG. I don't know, but it's more action oriented than most RPG games.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
I want to say, like, from what we've experienced so far, I like it. Just like, just sort of like facial animations and stuff like that. I don't think there is any. Like, there's barely any. And it doesn't feel this gen. It feels last gen.
Oh.
And
Yes.
that could be too, like, because of the nature of like the game is supposed to be like large scale and stuff like that, but I don't know. Or maybe like I don't know when it was released in Japan, but fucking the Tales series has sort of like a bad thingamajig with like being localized. I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know how to say it. Like
Trend?
Trend, yes, trend.
Precedent?
Like, yeah, precedent. Like
Track record?
not a lot of Tales games get localized.
I'm sorry, I totally just laughed in your face, but... You said a bad thingamajig, that's just funny. Alright,
Well, I
sorry.
don't know what to say. Like, give me a break, man.
I'm sorry.
Don't just say urban.
Shut up. That's not... Alright, you know what? I just made fun of Don. I'll take it. That works. I'll allow it.
Alright.
Yeah, Tales games, you're right. It seems like they kind of just throw darts at a dartboard to decide which Tales games they're going to localize.
Yeah. The next one they're gonna localize, and I believe they're localizing the second Xillia game.
They are.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Nice.
August is going by much faster than we thought.
I want to make sort of like a comparison with Tales of Xillia to another game. People compared it to Final Fantasy 13, but like there isn't like an overworld like there typically is. You know, you just go from town and then like to the next area and then to the next town, and that's pretty much it. Like,
Can you go back?
yeah, you can go back. Can you not go back in Final Fantasy 13?
No.
No, it's one way.
It's that linear. All right, cool.
It's
a
like
fucking
Super
straight
Mario
line.
Brothers.
Nice, nice.
Except in Mario, you occasionally have to dodge enemies.
Yeah.
Wow.
But with Tales of Xillia, I feel like it's more akin to Final Fantasy X. Like, towns exist, so that's probably how I can relate it to. And also, like the sort of growth system, I guess I can say. Like, I don't know, the sort of how you build your character. It is sort of like the sphere grid. It's like a web, and like as you get more points of the web, it expands, and then you get more access to more things.
Sounds like Final Fantasy 13's pretentious, whatever the fuck it was called.
Final Fantasy
Oh, you mean-
13's experience thing was also a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was a straight line.
Yeah.
A
It was
web,
also pretentious.
the web
Yeah.
had more than one side, so it's just like a, I don't know.
Well, it's a web, so...
Yeah.
Web-shaped.
Sphere web.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. I need to play it some more, but I would much prefer if Amanda was playing it with me, but that is not possible right now, unfortunately.
You can stream it.
Kickstart it.
Oh.
Of course.
Nah, just kidding. All right.
Papers, please.
Never heard of it.
That's anyone else played it but me?
I played it a bit,
No.
quite a bit.
Oh wait, is this a game you streamed that one time, Don?
Yeah. And I think it's pretty fun, but like I don't know what happened, but I just stopped playing it.
Is it based on the short from Before Wreck-It Ralph?
No.
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 Alright.
It is
Then I don't care, says David.
pretty much you play as this dude who like works at like what's it called?
Immigration?
Yeah, you work at like immigration desk.
Yeah.
La Migra?
And then you like sort of approve or deny people depending on like their papers. If they have the papers, like if they qualify, like if they follow rules that the day set up for you, or and like and it, like isn't false.
Yeah, if there's like
If there's like discrepancies in the
Yeah.
in the documents,
Yeah.
then you gotta deny them.
Yeah. Otherwise, then you get like a hit for
Yeah, you get like a warning from your
Bunnies.
boss.
if you get more than 3 strikes, then you lose that cash, and then you can't
Yeah.
your family can't survive.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
imaginary family will
Yeah.
starve.
You gotta sacrifice Grandpa, cause you want heat instead.
It's dark, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really thought-provoking game. Because it's just work. Like, you play the role of some fucking dude who has to go to his shitty office job and fucking destroy lives on a routine basis. You gotta destroy 5 lives or you can't get heat for your granddad and he's gonna die. Like, it's so interesting how they make a game out of something that, like, no human being should ever enjoy.
Yeah,
It's like, what is
and
the
real-
most soul-crushing, like, the worst possible job you could have? Okay, how about an immigration officer in, like, a 1980s Cold War Eastern European dictatorship? So some fucking dude will come up and, like, my wife's pregnant, she's in the line behind me, you have to let her through, or, like, we're just gonna die, and she's got the wrong papers. So, like, do you want to let her through and, like, then you can't feed your kids, or do you have to deny this woman and send her to a death?
Yeah, there's a
And,
lot
like,
of
that happens, like, every single day.
there's a lot of that. There's a lot of branching paths based on like moral choices and shit. And also I should mention some people carry bombs on them, and some of them
Yeah.
are like scripted. Like you can't avoid them. They will fuck you up. And
Some days
but
it's just a
but
terrorist attack.
yeah, some of them just like you can find bombs on them. You have to like look them like frisk them and stuff
Search or
like that.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to,
whatever.
like, frisk bodies and stuff.
Yeah. And then sometimes like there's some dude will try to like jump over the wall, and then you have to fucking shoot his ass with a sniper rifle.
Yeah, you gotta put him down.
Yeah. You
Holy
have to
shit!
get
Why
the
does that
key
fall on the
for-
desk clerk?
It's like, these people, like, got this bomb strapped to them. They're gonna fucking jump over the border and go take out some innocents. So like they give you the key to the gun locker.
Yeah.
You have to. It's like if someone jumps over the wall, you gotta put them down.
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
Some days you
Yeah.
just can't get rid of
I
a
like-
bomb.
I like though, having not played this game, I like that it's throwing curveballs at you like that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It does.
But it's all done so melancholic, I guess. Like it's like a bitter game. Everything is grey. Like you have like a really small area of like the game window in which you can actually manipulate, and it's just too small to get anything done, which is obviously by design. It's like you can't fit your rule book and someone's passport without having to like just annoy you enough where you keep playing, but like it's a shitty job.
Yeah.
You've got to do it or else your kids will die.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's okay.
It's like a really depressing game, but like just the way that whoever made it, I don't know the name. The way
Lucas
that they
Pope was his name.
yes, Lucas Pope. The
Yeah.
way that they've
Doritos Pope?
created this game where it's so terrible, but like it's strangely enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really, really thought-provoking,
I
and I really like it.
I
It's-
want
yeah,
to.
obviously it's like terrible, but
Yeah.
It's terrible,
So
but
bad
it's
it's
great.
good.
It's like
yeah,
14.
Like obviously, we've previously said it was work, but like I want to make a comparison to programming, and like whenever you program something, like and then you fuck up and there's like an error or whatever, you have to sort of like look at it and like see where you fucked up, and then just like
Yeah.
try to figure out like what did I do, like, and you have to look at the tiniest detail. Maybe you forgot a
Yeah.
semicolon or something like that. In this game, maybe you fucking forgot what like nation he hails from. Like, oh man, this guy
Yeah.
doesn't come from that fucking place. That place doesn't exist. You know? And this
and
this
then you
guy.
have like very small things where it's like someone's passport photo doesn't quite match, or it's like they look like a man but it says they're a woman, and it's like, well, I'm a woman. It's like, which is right? Like, do I let them through? But like, the rules say that I have to, but I don't want to be an asshole because they might just look like a dude. It's like just constantly throwing up all these
Damn,
really
that's
complex
pretty
moral
fucking
things,
huge.
but you have to get through them so quick or else you don't have the money to feed your kids.
Yeah, there is a timer, and like you're constantly pressured to just get it through as many as possible. And meanwhile, there's a fucking cult trying to
Oh,
overthrow
yeah.
the government, man.
Yeah, but it's like, do you want to help the government because, you know, they're paying your fucking bills? or do you want to help the cult? But then like the ending I got found out that I was helping the cult, and they sentenced me to death, and that was the end of the game.
Great game, game of the year. Game of the year. Never even played it, but that's my game of the year.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
And then it's like a comic relief character, right?
Yeah, that guy is awesome.
He comes in with this really shitty handmade passport, like written in crayon. And every day that he comes back, he gets slightly better at his like shitty forgery.
Yeah.
Until the very end, it looks like everything's just perfect, but he's like a kilogram overweight or something. So you fucking scan his body and he's carrying drugs, and it's like, oh, come on, man. I really want to let you through. Why are you an asshole?
Oh, man.
That's pretty funny.
It's a great game. It's a really, really good game.
That guy's
And made by one dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Impressive.
It's impressive.
First indie game.
Yeah, definitely is something to experience. We were talking about this before, but I feel like this game isn't exactly for everyone. Like, we just pretty much told you this game is work, but like
Yeah,
that's
it
the
is
whole
fucking
point of
short to play, but that's the point, yeah.
We should let's play it.
it. It's fucking hard, dude.
It's yeah, you have to have concentration of just.
Oh, never mind.
intense.
I'm not doing it.
Well, because like you think, just every time they'll get you, you think, okay, I got to check the name isn't misspelled. I got to check that the passport's in date. I got to check that they're staying for the amount of time that I think they're staying. That their fucking description comes up and it says, how long are you staying for? 2 weeks on the passport. What does it say? 3 weeks. Okay, fucking denied. And like you just have to do that over and over and over again. And then just as you think, like, man, I just want to fucking shoot myself. This is so dull. Someone will jump over the wall with a fucking suicide bomber. You got to fucking just put them down. It is just so intense and so engaging for a game that is so intentionally dull.
Yeah.
It just fucks with your mind. It's great.
Yeah, it totally does fuck with you. Like, I get lazy with the work. I was like, this looks okay, you know.
Yeah,
I think
your
that's-
boss is like, fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I think, though, that's, you know, there are going to be real, like, border guards who do that in real life. And I
I
feel
do
like
that
the
at
game...
my job every day.
You put people down, suicide bombers, have to jump over the border.
Sometimes.
Oh
No,
well.
I feel like the game is designed to, like, you can be... I mean, I'm sure they punish you, but, you know, they give you the option to be that kind of lax about it, you know.
Yeah. You get 3 strikes, and then you start getting no money.
When you're off
Yeah.
But yeah, that game is pretty awesome from what I
I'll
played.
have to check it out.
But you're not such a huge fan of Mario and Luigi Dream Team, I've heard.
No! I bought that game, and I played it for a decent amount, and I don't know. I don't like it. I feel like that game was just Mario and Mario Dream Team. Like, fucking Luigi became a fucking gimmick, you know? Like, oh, I'm just a touchscreen and shit. Oh, that's
Bowser was a gimmick in the last one.
okay.
Yeah, but he was playable. Well, more
Yeah.
playable. Well, all right, whatever. Shut up. I'll stop.
Wait, what? Who's setting up?
I'm shutting up.
Okay.
I like
Everyone was just like, what?
the game. The game is beautiful, but
Yeah, the sprites are fantastic. That
It's
is
gorgeous,
That is the
yeah.
highlight of the game. The music's alright. The story is okay, not bad. But it's just like playing it. It feels so. I don't know. It's not fun. And
So it's not. You don't think it's a worthy successor to Bowser's Inside Story?
no.
Because that game was it was
Fantastic.
brilliant. It was so good.
Mhm.
I do really like Bowser's Inside Story a lot.
The giant battles in Dream Team sucked.
Fucking.
It's like gyro was thrown in, I think, too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, well, the other thing that, like, I've heard complained about is that, like, you know, it's an RPG, so you want to, like, raise your stats and, you know, learn new shit and just get awesome at the RPG element of it. But then they throw these giant battles at you that are not based on any of the mechanics that you've previously been upgrading and learning. So it's that kind of, not, like, again, I haven't played the game, but that kind of bugs me hearing about that. I got it for Christmas, and I am going to play it. I want to play it and form my own opinions on it. I just haven't got around to it yet. But, yeah, I mean, Don, something that you said was that you feel like it's just constantly introducing new mechanics and like not doing anything with them. Then they don't like gel together to make like a coherent game.
Yeah.
In your opinion?
One of the things that I just was reminded of is like the bros moves. Like you have to, like for most of them, like some of them they give it to you, I guess. But like for most of them, you have to get like a bunch of jigsaw pieces or whatever, and then you get the bros move. So you have to go and fucking like hit blocks for the jigsaw piece or whatever, and then like you only get that for one brother.
Mm-hmm. You have to get it for both.
There's two brothers. But this game is just Mario, remember? Okay.
Yeah, it takes place inside Luigi's mind.
Why doesn't he just dream up a second one?
Like, Luigi.
Now we're getting into the like the Bioshock Infinite. Like, why don't you just make one?
But yeah, like, just like the entire game, I just feel like you said, the mechanics don't really mesh well together. Like
I was just quoting you.
the thing.
Oh shit.
Like you got like one brother doing attacks, and so he'll like fill up the bar halfway from his side. But then like since you don't actually play as Luigi, he never fills up his side. Because it's just Mario, Dream Team, right? And it's a pain in the butt, you know? And like if you die in like pretty much 80% of the game because you're in Dream sections 80% of the game, as Mario with I guess Dream Luigi, then you're done. You know, you can't use Luigi to revive him back. You can't, you know, like get the other brother to help him out if he was.
That's like the entire appeal of the Mario and Luigi games is that you play as Mario and Luigi at the same time.
That does sound kind of
he's
annoying.
in the fucking title.
Yeah. I guess you are playing at the same time as the same characters as fucking Mario. Like he's empowered with Luigi, like the 1,000 Luigis, and you could do all this crazy waggle gyroscope controls, bros moves. It's so fun, yeah, and fucking fight all these bosses for an hour or so, and then fucking die, and then you have to do it again. So yeah, great game.
Right then. Great game.
Well, that's a shame. I really liked the previous games in the series.
I do too. I mean, I like 1 and 3 a lot. I didn't play it.
Yeah,
Two
I
is
don't.
also great.
It's weak. Yeah, I think Partners in Time is weak, but I love Bowser's Inside Story. I think it was the best of the three so far.
I do too.
So
I agree.
I'm pretty disappointed to hear that Dream Team is not so good. Like I said, I'm still going to play it for my own opinions on it. Maybe I'll talk about it in next year's podcast, but yeah, that's distressing to hear all that stuff.
Not a fan.
All right.
Maybe I'll actually bother to finish it one of these days, but it's just not to play. So I spent my time on raising some other things.
SteamWorld Dig?
Oh, DuckTales?
Yeah.
Just gonna skip
Oh,
DuckTales?
did I? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Because it had a colon, so I just assumed it was the same thing.
That's alright. I'm gonna be brief with DuckTales. No game this year has made me feel like a child as much as DuckTales did. It was so cool playing that game with like the updated graphics and like seeing, or like rather hearing all the like original voice actors, all the ones that are still alive anyway. Playing those roles, even though Alan Young, he's
not very young. Yeah,
he's 93 years old and he sounds it. But it was so cool just to hear.
Yeah, I don't care how fucking old he is. That he's playing Scrooge again and putting his heart into it is just, that just brings a big warm smile to my face. So
yeah, they added a lot of unnecessary story stuff that a lot of people really dislike because it takes away, like, every once in a while the game will stop to like have a cutscene, and they didn't give you the ability to skip them right away until they patched it, which was dumb on them. But like, it made me so happy as a fan of that show just to hear these characters that I didn't even give a shit. It's a good game. It's still DuckTales. They added some differences, but if you enjoyed the original DuckTales, you will enjoy the remastered version. If you liked the cartoon, you should definitely check it out. That's pretty much it that I have to say about DuckTales. I liked it a lot. I do too. I also want them to do Chippendale and Darkwing Duck.
Woo. Oh.
Keep reaching for that rainbow, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Now you can talk about SteamWorld Dig.
All right.
All right. Who's played it?
SteamWorld Dig.
This game's on
I
Steam.
keep thinking you're saying dick every time.
Me too. That's why I was like, what? When he first said it?
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I think
Fuck you,
SteamWorld... well, I played SteamWorld Dig. I enjoyed it quite a lot. It's an interesting... They've taken a core mechanic that could have... It's kind of monotonous and boring, but they've made it really fun somehow. Basically, it's kind of like Dig Dug, where you have to like dig, paths.
I didn't gather that. Thank you.
You have to. Well, okay.
I didn't get it.
Do you think that every game with dig in the title is like Dig
Well,
Dug?
it's Dig Dug. Who doesn't know what Dig Dug's like?
Just go on. I'm just busting your balls. Go on.
But it's not like Dig Dug. You could just go up. In SteamWorld Dig, there's gravity. So if you knock out the platform underneath you, you fall through it, and you have to find a way to like get back up. So you have to dig your paths in such a way that you'll be able to platform back up them, because you have to continually. You're like a robot, and you run out of like light and stuff like that. So you have to continually go back up to the surface to like recharge your tanks or whatever. And you can, as you do that, you just end up getting deeper and deeper into this mine, and like it's really. Like I said, having to continually go back up to the surface like that could have easily been just really like tedious. But what I liked about it was they give you can buy like teleporters and place them, and then when you go back up to the surface, you can just go back right to where you teleported. And there's a lot of, you can unlock all these upgrades, like a better jump and like a dash move and stuff, and you have like a water meter that fills up like your steam attacks and jumps and stuff. And if you stand in water, the meter fills up, but then the water drains. So you have to like find little areas of water within the mine to like charge up your stuff. And you can upgrade your pickaxe, which like you can actually. I ended up pretty quickly. Like you don't want to upgrade it too fast. You want to space out your upgrades like throughout the game as you get deeper and deeper into the mine. Because if you upgrade your pickaxe like too much too quickly, then you'll break because it takes a couple of swings on the pickaxe, which again could be really monotonous. But like as you upgrade it, it takes less hits to break blocks, and you can actually like get to where you're breaking blocks like in one hit, and you're like, no shit, wait, I didn't want to dig that one, and you have to like figure out a way to get back up. You can wall jump, which makes it like a lot easier, but still you have to be really thoughtful of like where you erase the ground, because like you can lock yourself out of getting certain treasures, at least until you have better upgrades, because you're like, oh well shit, now I can't reach that one, because I dug completely around it. And it's a really addictive, fun little eShop game. I absolutely recommend it. It's fun because you have to think, when you're digging down, you have to do it in such a way that you're making a path not just for current you as you're going down, but you have to make a path that works for like future you 15 minutes later when you have to go back up, So you have to, it's pretty delicately balanced and really fun. You have to be really thoughtful about where you dig, and I enjoyed it quite a lot.
Nice.
So that's pretty much it.
That was good.
Again, that game is on Steam now. It's I don't know if I should call it HD, but it's definitely a lot more higher res than 3DS, and I do want to check it out. I'll get it out on sale.
I think it's worth checking out.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, Matt.
Hi.
Tell us about Gone Home.
Oh, let's talk about Gone Home.
All right.
I just played this game the other day specifically so that I had more games to talk about on this for this podcast.
Well, we
not realizing that it was going to last 3.5 hours.
Cheating.
Gone Home is another one of my favorite genre of games, artsy fartsy indie games, where you play as a girl who comes home from being in Paris.
It's a sequel to Papers, Please.
Yeah.
No, it's
Sequel
not.
to Final Fantasy 13.
Yep. She comes home, and Bioshock Infinite. She comes home from being in Paris, and her whole house is empty. None of her family is home, and you kind of have to explore the house and find out what the deal is. And you do that by like uncovering notes and things like that, hearing journals from your sister, and the thing I like about that game is that it's really atmospheric. It sets you up to like kind of believe that it's going to be like this kind of horror thriller type game.
Yeah, definitely.
The whole time I was playing through it, like all the lights are off, and you'll go into a new room, and there's like thunder and lightning outside, and you'll turn the light on, and you just expect something to pop out at you, or like there be a dead body or something somewhere, but there's not. There's just more stuff in like ordinary shit to look at. You can pick up like cups and crap for no reason, and like ultimately the game is just a story about what your sister's doing with her life. Like, where is your sister? She's a lesbian. That's the game is about lesbians.
Spoilers.
No, you find out pretty fast.
The most prolific spoiler of 2013 is that Gone Home is about lesbianism.
Alright, fine.
It is really like a progressive topic to really be talking about.
Yeah,
and
But it's so strange that idea, like, oh, we're going to make a game about lesbians. But that is literally the entire game. It's not like, Mass Effect, where one of the aliens who fucking shoots people for a living happens to be a lesbian. It's just a game where you walk about somebody's house and, like, read their diary entries, and they happen to be a lesbian. It's so strange. And like Matt said, I don't know why, but they tease you that it's going to be, like, a video game where, like, something spooky is going to jump out and there's going to be, like, some massive twist. But it's just a really down-to-earth story about, like, lesbianism. It's just really strange.
It's a very weird game that's trying to like make this like really grand statement, and I think they make it very well. Like you're very invested in what the sister character, like all the notes that you read and like hear. It's voice acted. Like all the notes you pick up, they read them to you, so I don't actually have to read anything. And you're very invested, and like it's relatable, like the way that they handle the story, and it is very progressive the way that they handle this whole lesbianism thing, like in a video game, and it's good. It's unlike anything I've ever played, and it's not going to be for everybody, but I beat it in an hour and a half. So like, what do you have to lose to play this game?
I've heard people say that this is not a video game. What do you say to those people, Matthew?
I say that I can understand where they're coming from with that. It's a lot like Proteus in that it's more of an experience than it is a game.
Every game is an experience.
This is the year of experiences, man.
This was the year of pretension.
Yeah.
It's the dawning of the age of pretension.
I don't know. I can see why they wouldn't call it a game, because there's not really gaming elements to it. Occasionally you have to find a key or put in a code to a locker or whatever, but I don't know. It's a game. Who gives a fuck? It's got a beginning. It's got a beginning and an end. You control somebody in it. It's a game. There you go. It costs like $20 on Steam, which I think is
$20.
That's too much.
That's pretentious.
Yeah, that's the most pretentious part of the game is the fact that it costs $20. But I got it for like $3 on a Steam sale. So
that and the really shitty music.
Oh, the music's really. I think it's intentionally bad though.
Yeah, but it's like, I get it. Like you find tapes from your sister's garage band, and you can put them in the tape player. It's set in 1995, so it's just a cassette, but it sounds like a really shitty garage band played over a cassette. So it's like, am I supposed to enjoy this? It's just noise.
No, they've put enough distance on that tape that you're not supposed to enjoy the music on it. It's like, oh god, this is awful.
Yeah, it's more to the realism, more to the atmosphere. It's good. It's an interesting experience for sure.
I didn't play the game, but like I watched somebody else play it, and it was like I felt like that. Like I enjoyed the game that way. Like there's no like actual gameplay. It's not like I'm fucking trying to jump on platforms or anything like that, you know. But then Mark Brown on Twitter is just like torturing me because I didn't experience it for myself. But I will say, like, I was on edge myself, like just watching somebody else playing through the game. Like he was like super worried, like, oh man, they're fucking dead in the ceiling or some shit. Or
Well, they especially get you at the end.
yeah,
like,
they fucking throw you for a loop, and then
yeah,
like, oh my god.
they definitely get you at the end.
Yeah,
Like,
it's very strange to feel like uplifted. It's like
Yeah.
so elating when you find out that it was as innocent as you hoped it was. Because you're playing it, did someone just roll a die?
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know, it's not interesting enough for Ricky.
No, I'm sorry.
Ricky, do you hate lesbians?
No,
He's rolling. He's rolling to find
Hey,
out.
let's
Rolling
be
up a character sheet.
it wasn't a die. It was fucking Figma Samus in Morph Ball mode that I accidentally dropped. Because I'm just running it like through my fingers absentmindedly, but I'm sorry. Now it's on tape for the whole world, so.
Alright.
That's, yeah. Speaking of lesbians, Disney Infinity.
Hold on. There's one
What
more
does that have to do with lesbians?
thing I wanted to say about,
It's the running gag, Josh.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What
What's
were you
the
gonna say, Don?
the designer and writer for Gone Home is actually the designer for some of the BioShock games. So that's probably why it's fucking set it up that way. Where like, oh my god, just fucking, there's blood in the bathtub, oh my god. No, just kidding, it's just hair dye.
Yeah,
Wow.
that game loves to throw you for a loop, and it's
Yeah.
weird. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's quite strange.
Yeah, the choice there, but
Yeah.
whatever. It's good.
Because would you keep playing otherwise?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But then you keep playing in the hopes that it will be as mundane as it is.
Yeah.
And then it is.
And then it is, and you're like, oh well.
Oh.
Okay.
Whew.
Yeah, that does
Yeah.
sound
Yeah,
kind of
buddies.
weird.
They're not dead. Whew, my sister's
Just
okay.
lesbians.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank God, she's just a
lesbian,
lesbian.
okay. Yeah. You laugh, but that is so
That game-
progressive.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very interesting way of looking at how video games tell their stories.
Yeah.
She's just
Playing
lesbian,
with your
not dead.
expectations
You
like
know?
that. Yeah.
That's great. I'm glad we can
Yeah.
think like that.
Lesbian is a lot better than dead, yes.
Yeah.
We need a game to point that out to us.
Yes.
No,
I think
Yes.
so.
I'm
People
glad we
do.
got one.
Definitely.
I'm just being facetious, come on.
Anyway,
All right.
that's it.
I'm
Go
gonna talk about
Alright.
I'm gonna talk about Disney Infinity now
Alright.
for a few minutes. At the start of this year, if you would have asked me what the most excited game I was for the year, it was Disney Infinity, and it was a game. It wasn't.
You're let down.
It wasn't awful. I think it's really good. I think the I guess I'm just not patient enough with like build your own sort of shit like that, like Little Big Planet levels and stuff. But I think with Disney Infinity, the level or the amount of stuff that you're able to craft in that like toy box mode, it's so deep without being like overwhelming. There's a lot of things you could pull off, and I've seen a lot of really great ones like online. Like people have pretty much made whole other video games in the Disney Infinity toy box, and like it's all very accessible and very easy to understand. But like it can take a while to like really master how to do it, and I just don't have the patience for that fucking shit. But I think it's cool that it's there, and I just like playing as different Disney characters, and I think the story modes, for as short as they are, they remind me a lot of the Lego games. So like if you like those, you'll enjoy the Disney Infinity story mode. The only problem, obviously, with Disney Infinity is the same problem with Skylanders, in that it costs $1 bajillion million to enjoy it fully, because you have to buy each individual action figure.
Got about the
In action figure, I suppose.
I thought
are you
it cost
still buying?
$11.
Yeah, I have almost all of them now.
Man, I warned you. I warned you.
See, I just like collecting things. I love Disney, so even if there wasn't a game attached to these figures are so well crafted, I probably would have bought them anyway, to be honest with you. They're all really cool, so. I don't have a lot to say about Disney Infinity. It's really fun. It's a great like game for like families and like kids. And if you have the patience for it, there is a really deep like game creator in there. Like it's a unique game, and I definitely hope to see them go further with it in the future. I think there's infinite possibility.
I was just gonna ask you if it was infinitely playable.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's
Man, we're funny.
Well,
Yep.
nobody said that about Bioshock, though.
No. Nope.
Yeah,
No.
we're missed opportunities for that game.
I just want to get through August.
Yeah, me too, guys.
Go. Next.
Dive
Alright,
kick.
dive kick.
Alright,
Dive kick.
2 buttons. Dive and kick.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It's
Next.
a fighting game without
Done.
having to play a fighting game.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna play it for random battles one of these days. Matt bought it for me. Thank you, Base, Matt.
Hey, you're welcome.
Again.
I bought it too.
Yeah.
Thank
You bought it
you,
for who?
Base.
Oh, okay.
I bought a lot of people games this year. Yeah. Dive Kick's it's a lot of fun. I think it's deeper than I've been led to believe.
Nah.
No,
No.
all right.
Well, that's the
Dive-
genius of it, is that it's so simple that
That you want to like put more onto it.
yeah,
with
you
your
want
mind.
to get really good at a really simple game.
Evo, baby.
Yeah, definitely. Well, side pool. Maybe on stream 3 if they're lucky.
Maybe.
Not at Evo. Let's talk
They
about
can squeeze
Skullgirls.
it in between fucking King of Fighters 13 and Melty Blood.
Melty Blood.
No.
Oh, people still fucking play
No.
Melty Blood?
No,
Really?
they don't. They don't.
Alright. Alright.
They
Just
don't.
checking.
No.
Talk about Skullgirls.
Skullgirls is I think it's fun. It's just been bad news for the team that works
Yeah.
on Skullgirls. It's just like
Feel
fucking
bad for those guys.
bad shit after bad shit after bad shit, dealing with licensing, Konami's fucking Autumn Games and whatever. The whole they weren't Lab Zero Games before. They were something else. I forgot. Reverge Labs. Yeah, they were Reverge Labs until they were like, fuck it, let's just start our own thing and call it Lab Zero. And
So I don't really know the story. What's the gist?
it's just
Like I know what Skullgirls is, but what's the problem? What's going on?
they just have a lot of bad luck. The team that works on Skullgirls, they have a lot of bad luck. And,
Yeah, like with
recent thing
what?
was they like Konami had their game it was going to get pulled, and so they had to sort of like accommodate for that by like putting out a different another version called Skullgirls Encore, Skullgirls Encore, and it's just like that shouldn't have been necessary, like they shouldn't have to jump through all these hoops and stuff just to get their game patched on the consoles, and
Right.
it's they are dedicated people, they were barely like living, surviving, like after the first like incident or whatever, and that's why they had to do like the Indiegogo fundraising campaign to like stay afloat, so they could finish Squiggly and then work on Big Band now and all these other DLC characters for like all the fans that pitch in money and stuff like that. I donated, so I get all the nice Skullgirl stuff, and the game itself I think is very fun, but it's really, I don't know, underappreciated. I feel like not a lot of people in general enjoy actually playing the game. I feel more people are just fans of the characters.
I think with the like fighting game community, it's so hard to like introduce a new game
Yeah.
into their ranks that isn't just another entry in a popular series. Like
Yeah.
you're always hearing about your Street Fighters and your Marvels and your Tekkens and all that shit, but like when one comes around that's a completely new IP, like it just doesn't get any attention because it's not one of those other IPs. It's
Yeah.
not. And especially when a game is like kind of indie developed and then it's being published by Konami and then it's not being published by Konami. It's just Skullgirls is destined to just be a cult classic pretty much for the rest of all time, I think.
Yeah, and it's a real shame because like a lot of like I want to say my heroes, the people I look up to on like look at their artwork and are like, oh man, I want to be like them, like I want to
Yeah.
I want to do what they can do, like just like all the animations and stuff, they look beautiful. It's hand drawn, amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And their work is, I feel, is underappreciated. So it's sad. And
It is sad.
the game is fun too. And with
I really like mostly, I really like the character design as well. We're going back a little bit to Dragon's Crown, just because they're all females and some of them are more heavily sexualized than others. That doesn't, diminish, like, the strength of their character and how interesting they are and, any of that stuff. So, I really like...
But, they're equal parts grotesque as they are.
Yeah, yeah. Some of them are... there's like a sliding scale of like sexy and horrifying, and they all fall, somewhere on there, closer to one end than others. But I think all of the designs, even the ones that scare the piss out of me, are cool, appealing, designs.
Yeah.
They're
meant to be sort of like a Darkstalkers kind of cool, scary type thing, like Laylay's a zombie girl and stuff like that. But then you also got fucking Frankenstein over there with a fucking huge ass that grabs you.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking, that's one of his moves.
Sure.
I'm talking about Darkstalkers now, but...
Yeah.
I know.
Skullgirls, again, I think it's a good game. The PC version is probably the way to go, because, like, console versions have just, like, they've been getting fucked over and stuff like that. And
that's what I was gonna say. We didn't really specify that. Like, we're specifically talking about the PC games.
Yeah.
All the console games came out in 2012. So.
Right. The PC version came out this year, and like they've been working on that game like a lot more regularly. They update like practically every day. Yeah. Practically, they have like daily builds for the beta version, and so like you can try out Big Band right now, even though he's like work in progress.
He's like
mostly.
He
just doesn't. That some of his moves are just nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool, you can just see the process,
Yeah, that's quite cool. Like you do an attack and you see just like the unfinished drawn like sketch of like what his attack should be.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. For as long as it lasts until the character's finished, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd much rather have the character finished, obviously. You don't want to be fucking playing with sketchy man, but maybe they could do that for a character.
It'd be cool if they did one character where the gimmick was that they were just a drawing.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That's Skullgirls. Sorry if I just like went on a rant and stuff like that.
That's alright, because I feel like we're going to do the same thing with the next game. Spelunky.
Oh, yeah. Okay, alright. Phil, you go, because I've been talking too much.
Spelunky is an action game. Randomly generated levels. Really, really simple controls. You whip, jump. You can throw a bomb, and you can put a rope out. It's really tight controls. Like, every action you do is... Like, if it's randomly generated, so there's, like, traps will be, anywhere. You can't expect them. But it's always... If you die, 99% of the time it's your fault. And it's in such a way that you just want to keep playing and playing and playing, just trying to get that little bit further, because it's also incredibly difficult, see?
Yeah, that's the mark of a good game, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's actually I would say not randomly generated, but procedurally generated. Yeah. But I pretty much agree with you. Like the controls in Spelunky are just tight.
Yeah, some of the best platforming controls I've ever played.
You can really get skilled at it.
Yeah, definitely.
I have seen
one of those easy to learn, hard to master games.
Yeah, I have seen some crazy like mastery of Spelunky, like fucking. There's a really funny guy that I work with who's like really just pumped up about everything. He's like, you gotta watch this Spelunky speedrun. It's fucking insane. And I was like, okay. So I watched it, and like I never played the game, so like I didn't really know like the mechanics that this guy was exploiting. But you can appreciate like, wow, this guy is really good at this game, So I've seen some crazy Spelunky shit. So I get that.
It's a great game. It used to be on consoles. Another one of those games that actually got ported to PC. It was on Xbox.
Yeah, it came out on Xbox 360 last year.
Yeah.
But there was a PC game, Spelunky.
Yeah.
That the dude made, and then they made the HD version, which is the one we're talking about now.
Yeah. So not to be confused with like the original freeware Spelunky, they refer to that one as Spelunky Classic. I actually introduced Phil into that to that game. So
yeah, and then Spelunky Classic became one of my favorites, and Spelunky HD is my game of the year.
Yeah.
Very nice. I kind of called that because I know how much you love Spelunky.
Yeah,
you play it on like a daily basis. Right?
I do. I'm just obsessed with Spelunky. It's a game that you can just play as many times as you like, and there'll always be a challenge, and you'll always try and get a little bit further. And even if I beat it, I think, well, I could have done a little bit better. I could have gone, maybe I could have gone to the super secret final level, and you just want to keep playing it and playing it and playing it, and it's always fun. It's never not fun to play.
Also, there are
That's
a ton of secrets in that game.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Just going in, like, totally fresh off the boat. Not really fresh off the boat, but, like, fresh, you have no idea what Spelunky is.
Yeah.
And, like, you have no idea what any things are. Like, there are just so many things, like, that you don't know. And you kind of just, like, some people will have to, like, tell you, like, hey, you could do this, and then you could, or you had to, like, look at a fucking Emger gift set of, like, all these sick-ass tricks you could do.
I've seen that gift set that you're talking about on Emger. Yeah.
Fucking, it's amazing what you can do with this game because of, like, these simple, tight, precise controls, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of these things that the developers put in, but, you know, they don't really tell you, like, hey, fucking, if you bring a dog to the door and then you get healed, right? They don't tell you that, do they?
Yeah. It's like classic game design.
Yeah.
This sort of game that...
Like word-of-mouth game design.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, all the fundamentals are as solid as they could possibly be.
Yeah. That game is just pure gameplay, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. It's the best game I've played in a long time. Definitely this year.
It is the most game.
Yeah. It's the best game. It's my game of the year.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic game. I love it a lot. I also, like, I did this when Spelunky HD first came out. Like, I was working on, like, not really, I wouldn't call it a mod, but, like, I put my face over the Spelunky guy, and so, like, I'm a playable character in there, and then I replaced one of the other dudes with Scrooge McDuck. And it's cool that you could do that with the PC version. You know, like, you just, like, swap out some files and bam, you got fucking other characters and shit.
And Meat Boy's playable.
Yeah, and Meat Boy is playable, and he looks really weird.
Yeah, he's like too realistic, but still cartoony. They fucked up.
Yep.
All right.
Next game I have to talk about as well, because I'm probably the only one that's played it. Hearthstone, Here's a Warcraft, is like this upcoming free-to-play video game card game by Blizzard, obviously, because it has Warcraft in it. And I honestly was totally not interested in this game at all. And, like, Blizzard gave me a beta key for it, and I was like, whatever, I gave it to my friend. And then all my friends got into it. And so I was like, alright, you know, like, I'll get another beta key. My brother gave me a beta key, and I started playing it. And it just... I like it a lot. It feels like... I often, like, sort of say this in sort of like a jab at it, just like a fun little ingest thing, but I call it baby magic, like baby Magic the Gathering. It feels like really easy Magic the Gathering. They give you mana each turn. They'll just give you an additional mana and stuff like that, and then, like, you just put down cards or whatever, and it's just easy. And, like, it's very simple, not hard to get into. You don't need to be, like, fucking dexterous. You don't need to have dexterity. You don't need to be a fucking godlike at Spelunky. You can just, like, play some cards, beat up some dude. And it's really casual, you know. It's nice, good fun. Check it out, I would say, if you're into card games, when that game comes out of beta. Yeah, like, even if you don't give a fuck about Warcraft, I don't give a fuck about Warcraft, and that's why I didn't like actually care about it to begin with. But you know, I like playing Magic, even though I don't have any Magic cards. So this I would say this is right up my alley. I'm fucking I don't want to spend any money on Magic, so I'll just play virtual cards.
Nice.
Nice.
You don't have to like buy cards or anything.
You don't have to. There are like definitely ways around it.
Do they sell
like,
them with real money?
Yeah, it's you know, free to play. Come on, all right. They're gonna have to make money somehow.
Is it pay to win?
I don't know.
You know it is.
It's a card game.
I don't know.
It's a card game where you can buy cards. Is it pay to win?
The best cards you have to get.
But like you can get those cards by not paying to win.
Can you? Can you?
Well, like, sort of. Okay. You have like gold, okay, and that's like sort of the in-game currency, right? And then like you win games or do like quests like by like I don't know, just like playing 3 games as the rogue or something like that, and then you get that like 40 gold as a reward or whatever, and like it takes 100 gold to buy like sort of like a booster pack type thing, and then you get like I don't know 6 cards from it. I don't know. And like they're just like random cards or whatever. But that's just one way to get cards. And like once you have like a sizable amount of cards or whatever, you can sort of like craft the cards into like something like some blue shit. Like can take that blue shit and make cards that you really want. You know? So you'll be able to get the cards that you want by using that blue shit that you made from cards that like was excess, you know.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
But also, there's a faster way to get gold if you're good at the.
Is it cool with the wallet?
No.
Is it called? It's called sex for money.
Other than that, yes. Other than the wallet, they have this mode that's sort of like drafting, where like you get like 3 cards or whatever on screen over there, and you pick one of them. And then that gets added to your deck. And then once you like fill out your deck, which is like 30 cards, I think, then like you go with that deck against other people who did the same thing. And like, if you get like 3 wins, then you'll get. Oh, if you get 3 plus wins in a, not really in a row, but like. Actually, hold on. Yeah.
Against the same person?
No, not against the same person. You have it actually works sort of the opposite of how I was going to explain it. You have strikes. So like
if you lose 3 times.
Yeah, if you lose 3 times, then you're out of the arena. But like you just keep going and going until you lose 3 times, and then like
and the more you get, the further you get, the more coins you win.
Not necessarily coins, but like the better rewards.
Okay.
Like better boost pack, get more blue stuff. I think you get more coins. I'm assuming you get more coins. That is part of the reward. But yeah, it is another way to get money if you're actually like skilled at the game. You know what cards will be useful in a deck. You know, like making a deck out of random ass cards. You somehow put that into like some sort of certain strategy that allows you to win against a bunch of people, you know, like that's actually being good at the game, you know, like so they reward you for actually being better at the game. But you don't have to do that, you know, you just play casual and do daily quests and stuff like that. And slowly get gold, slowly get boosters and stuff like that.
Alright.
Just, you know, pull out your wallet.
Yeah. Get Exodia.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, it's not like that.
Exodia, the expensive one.
There's yes. Alright. That is August.
Jesus Christ, August.